Welcome back everyone. This is a video on request, easy explanation of Sonnet 116. Let me not to the marriage of true minds. Sonnet 116 was first published in 1609. Its structure and form are a typical example of the Shakespearean sonnet. The poet begins by stating that he does not object to the marriage of true minds, but maintains that love is not true if it changes with time. True love is constant regardless of difficulties. Ideal love is maintained as unchanging throughout the sonnet. And Shakespeare concludes in the final couplet that he is either correct in his estimation of love or else that no man has ever truly loved. An exaggeration. Dear students, learn this section. This section is important because here we have the themes highlighted in this sonnet. And this section is going to be extremely helpful while you are answering all your questions and answers. Now, it is believed that Shakespeare wrote 154 sonnets, in addition to the 37 plays that are also attributed to him. Many believe Shakespeare's sonnets are addressed to two different people he may have known. The first 126 sonnets seem to be speaking to a young man with whom he was very close. It is to this young man that Sonnet 116 is addressed. Now let us begin. Sonnet 116 explores the nature of love and what true love is. In this sonnet, William Shakespeare celebrates the indestructibility and timelessness of true love. True love, according to him, is eternal, number one, number two, constant, and number three, everlasting. These are the themes. Learn the themes properly and use these terms and expressions in your answers. Let me not to the marriage of true minds admit impediments. Love is not love which alters when it alteration finds or bends with the remover to remove. Now, love is not love. The figure of speech here is, we all know, alliteration. Alters when it alteration finds. Again, alter starts with an A and alteration also starts with an A. The figure of speech, alliteration. Remover to remove, again, alliteration. So we have alliteration in the first quatrain. This is a sonnet and this is the first quatrain. Let me not to the marriage of true minds. What is the meaning of marriage? Marriage means union. The expression is metaphorical. The perfect loyalty of devoted friendship is signified here, as well as the union of man and wife, true minds. Hearts of sincere and steadfast lovers as distinguished from false ones. Straightaway, William Shakespeare uses the metaphor of marriage to compare it to true, real love. He is saying that there is no reason why two people who truly love each other should not be together. Nothing must stand in their way. So here the poet is on the point of being reconciled to his friend after a temporary estrangement or separation. He refuses to admit that there can be any obstacle, any hurdle, impediment. He refuses to admit that there can be any obstacle to the perfect union of true and devoted lovers. The loyalty of devoted friendship is as strong as the union of man and wife in a marriage, in matrimony. No obstacles, no hardships can separate their hearts. Though there might be temporary misunderstandings, true love, according to the poet, is thus unchangeable and enduring. It does not change with changing circumstances, which may bring about a cause or occasion for the separation of the lovers. True love is constant and stands firm through the changes of life. If love ever alters or undergoes any change, it is not worth the name of love. Let me not to the marriage of true minds admit impediments. Love is not love. It is not true love. It is a fancy. It is an infatuation. It is not unconditional true love, which changes when it alteration finds or bends with the remover to remove. So, it may be called fancy or charm, but it does not deserve the sacred name of love. Even when the friend departs, there is estrangement or absence between them. True love will shine steadily without any change. Such is a love that the poet himself bears for his friend, and he assures him of the permanence of his relationship with him. Now, the course of true love does not run smooth always. There are obstacles frequently arising in the relationship. But that does not mean that love will change. True love stands above all the problems and remains fixed or unalterable. With the remover till remove. What is the meaning? With the remover to remove? Let's see. According to the poet, this refers to the estrangement of lovers due to some reason or the other. There had been of late, as I have just told you a little while ago, a separation between the poet and his friend, and now he is on the point of being reconciled to his friend after a long time. Hence the assertion that his friendship is stronger than before and does not suffer any diminution with the estrangement or change of circumstances. Oh no, it is an ever fixed mark. What is the meaning of ever fixed? Steady and permanent, that looks on tempests, storms, and is never shaken. It is the star to every wandering bark, whose worth's unknown, although his height be taken. Mark, sea mark, that is the lighthouse or some other device to guide the mariners in the uncharted sea. So this is the second quatrain. Now what is the meaning here? What are the figures of speech? Oh no, it is an ever fixed mark. In these lines, the poet emphasizes the idea of unchangeable and steady nature of true love using two images. What are the two images? Ever fixed mark and star. Number 1 and number 2. True love does not change with the change of time or circumstances. It is like a lighthouse that stands firm in the midst of storms and shines brightly to guide the mariners in the dark, uncharted sea. This is the first image that looks on tempests and is never shaken. And the second image, it is the star. What is this star? This star is the pole star, the northern star. True love is a light to guide the souls of the lovers, and no reverse circumstances of life, quarrels, separation can affect and weaken it. Love thus may be compared to the pole star, which has an ever fixed position in the sky and never changes with the change of season. It guides the mariners like a compass, showing the northern direction, and thus saves them from wandering aimlessly in the absence of any guide. The meaning of wandering. What is the meaning of wandering bark? Wandering bark means sailing aimlessly, and bark means vessel. So it is a sailing ship. Love is like a pole star in the life of the lovers, whose words are known. Whose words? Again, here we have the figure of speech, alliteration. The mariners are guided by the pole star like a compass, showing the northern direction, and thus saves them from wandering aimlessly in the absence of any guide. Now the mariners have an idea of the position of the pole star shining high in the north, and they steer their ships accordingly. They take the star only as a pointer and nothing more. They do not know about any other significance of the pole star. They only see it as a pointer. In the same manner, love has not only a practical value in guiding the souls of man and uniting them together, it has also an eternal value. Number 2, eternal value immeasurably superior to the accidents of time. This is the true worth of love, its indestructibility, and few have any idea about this, whose worths are known. But true love plays a very significant role in the lives of the lovers. Love's not time's fool, though rosy lips and cheeks within his bending sickle's compass come, love alters not with his brief hours and weeks, but bears it out even to the edge of doom. What is the meaning of this section? Here, the poet speaks of the superiority of true love to time. Love is not at the mercy of time. Time marches on relentlessly. With the passage of time, everything changes. The transitory nature of youth, beauty, power on earth. But love is permanent. So permanence of true love and impermanence of youth, beauty. Love's not time's fool. Love is not guided by time. It is not controlled by time. Though rosy lips and cheeks within his bending sickle's compass come. Compass come, the figure of speech is alliteration. Physical beauty, lovely lips and rosy cheeks wither away in course of time, but love triumphs over the ravages of time. It endures till the doomsday and therefore is eternal. Now, here we have the image. Here we have metaphor. The figure of speech is metaphor. We have the image of time as a reaper. Time is here personified. See, time is written, T is capital, time is personified. Figure of speech, personification of time. With the bent sickle, it cuts down everything in the field as the reaper does. Time cuts down everything in the field as the reaper does. Physical beauty of men and women is taken away by this reaper. Here time is the reaper, but love is beyond the clutches of the scythe of time. It is deathless. Love's not time's fool. This is significant. So, love is superior to time, personified as a reaper who mows down all physical beauty, destroys beauty. Beauty vanishes with the passage of time. Physical charms are made fool of by time, and love is beyond the reach of the scythe of time. Love defies the all-destroying power of time. Within his bending sickle's compass come. So time is personified. We all know this now. Time is personified as a reaper. The pronoun his signifies that. Love alters not with his brief hours and weeks. His, again, personification of time as a reaper. The passage of time, brief hours and weeks, but bears it out even to the edge of doom. Edge of doom to the last judgment, when the to the last limit of time till the doomsday. And what is the doomsday? Doomsday is the final day of judgment when the souls of the dead shall rise from the grave at the trumpet notes of the angels of God and appear before him for reward or punishment for their deeds in life. So this is the popular Christian belief. Love is enduring till eternity. Writ, past tense of write. In these concluding lines of the sonnet, the poet winds up the train of beautiful thoughts of the previous lines, anticlimactic. What he has said about the immortality of love and friendship, which is but a manifestation of it, is not mere poetic fancy. This is not mere rhetoric, linguistic expression of thoughts. He believes it. It is his conviction. It is the poet's sincere and intense conviction, deeply felt, that is splendidly expressed in these lines. So he now tells that if his conviction is falsified by any experience of his life, it would be a tragedy indeed. In vain then did he write all his poetry, singing the praise of love. In vain then does man love each other if love has no timeless validity. The poet refuses to accept the contrary of what he has said so long. He has this conviction and he knows that his conviction is true. So the poet is convinced that love is real, true and everlasting. This is a true Shakespearean sonnet, also referred to as the Elizabethan or English sonnet. This type of sonnet contains 14 lines which are separated into 3 quatrains, 4 lines. So this is the first quatrain, this is the second quatrain, this is the third quatrain, and we have the rhyming couplet, 2 lines, proved and loved, rhyming couplet at the end. And the rhyme scheme, what is the rhyme scheme of this sonnet? A, B. So A, B. Minds rhymes with finds, love rhymes with remove. So it's A, B, again A, B, C, D. Mark rhymes with bark, shaken rhymes with taken. So it's C, D, C, D. Cheeks rhymes with weeks and come with doom. So again E, F, E, F. And last we have the rhyming couplet. It's G, G. This sonnet is written in iambic pentameter. If this be error and upon me proved I never writ nor no man ever loved, here we have hyperbole. And hyperbole we know is exaggeration. In the last lines, in the final lines, the poet says that if his ideas about love are incorrect, he has not written anything about love and no one has ever been in love before. This is an exaggeration as it includes the whole of human history until the present and cannot be proved. Another figure of speech is polyp to tune. It is a figure of speech that involves the repetition of words derived from the same root in lines 3 and 4, which alters when it alteration finds or bends with the remover to remove. The speaker, the poet, has repeatedly used polyp to tune, playing on the words alter and alteration, remover and remove. So the poet has used polyp to tune for 2 reasons. First, he wants to describe true love. He also describes what happens when true love fails, how it loses its integrity and its identity. And I have already told you about how time is personified as a reaper. Love also is personified throughout the poem. So love is not love which alters when it alteration finds. It is an ever fixed mark. Love's not time's fool. So love is also personified in this sonnet. Dear students, this is the end of today's session, and soon I'll be back with SAQs and long answer questions as well as give reasons.